Sunshine is in the forecast for this week, but nearly a century ago, it was a very, 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 very different story.
Weather Authority meteorologist Emily Stanton is here with a look back on Portland's most extreme March snowstorms, which we are hoping we don't have this month, Emily, for sure.
I will say this week is gorgeous, but like Jeff said, a long, long time ago, it was very, very different. Throughout all of March, we actually, in Portland, see about 14 inches of snow. That's the normal for the entire month. But larger snowstorms have definitely taken that crown and really stole all the 14 inches normal away from the month of March. So here are the top 5 March snowstorms dating back to 1881. March 12th through 14th, back in 1939, had 21.9 inches of snow. And at this point, we can all say that once you get to March, you're kind of done with it, right? And even April, we had that snowstorm last year. You're just kind of done with it, and you're ready for spring. In third place was March 6th, back in 1887, with 17.5 inches. And 2001 was the most recent, biggest March snowstorm from March 5th through 6th, with 16.5 inches. I do want to talk about these snowiest Marches on record. 1993 leads the way with 49 inches throughout the entire month. Once again, most recently was 2001 with 40.5 inches. And something that's really cool is that the second largest snowstorm contributed to the snowiest March on record. So when we looked at the strongest or largest March snowstorms, the second storm made 1993 the snowiest March on record for Portland, which is pretty, almost 50 inches. That's a lot.
Yeah.
At that point, I'd be tired and I'd be like, this is a lot.
Yes.
It's, it's spring in New England, so we really.
Now you have to like start over with all the melting, you know.
Seriously, yeah. So we saw the top 5 snowiest days. The 8th snowiest day on record, or I should just say the 8th snowiest day on record overall, top 10 in Portland, is March 6th, 1887 with 17.5 inches. Out of the entire top 10 list, there's only one March day, and this is it right here. All of them are December, January, February, and there's only one March day, and it's March 6th back in 1887.
1887, wow.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
And these records, once again, started in 1881.
Huh. What
Not
do you
all
think,
our records
Jeff?
go back to that.
Way back when I was born, is what you're saying?
No.
But here's the thing look, I love to ski. March is my favorite month to ski in. But we have spring sports that are getting ready to start. The Sea Dogs play, opening day is April 8th. And so what happens?
That's a month, less than a month.
Yeah, when we get these late March storms and even into April, I mean, I remember there was one year because we had so much snow that the high school baseball and softball season was only 8 games long. That was the season because they had so much snow on the ground.
Exactly, and softball and baseball teams suffer the most from this because they're not playing on a turf field. You can just send a tractor on it. You can, shovel it off. Like, I never really had that issue in high school because I played lacrosse in high school, even in college, and we had a lot of snow. We would just shovel it off, but I always felt for the baseball and softball teams, even the outdoor track. It's tough. I would be
dodging snowbanks, I remember, at the beginning of the season, and it's amazing to see it change. Then comes June, and it's, warm and sunny and beautiful.
Even when I went to college in the White Mountains in New Hampshire, and half the time the baseball team was just playing elsewhere. Yeah. They went to Florida for their spring break, or said they go to South Carolina. They went there, and they would just play all these away games, and they never had a home game, which also kind of hurt the fan base. Like, you never saw your favorite team play at home because there was just so much snow. And in the mountains, anyone out there watching from the Western Maine Mountains, even northern New Hampshire, you have snow up there for a while. Yeah. It takes a little bit to melt it because you accumulate so much snow throughout the season. And along the coastline, we don't really have that problem, but still the baseball and softball teams do suffer a little bit into the preseason.
Think about college baseball. They've already started in softball. Like Maine will go on the road, like Louisiana, Florida. They'll go on like a whole month to start the season, month and a half. They'll have a 20-game road trip to start the season because they can't start playing up in Orono or Standish or whatever else, or in Gorham, with USM, until like the beginning of April or mid-April sometimes. We've had Sea Dog home openers postponed for weeks because they've had 2 or 3 feet of snow at Headlock Field.
Yeah. And think about that too. College sports also start about a month, even 2 months earlier. I know lacrosse started in January, and that's how it was for baseball and softball at my school. And they also finish in May. Usually the high school sports go through at least June, so they kind of have an extra couple of weeks. So that's where you kind of run into when it's snowing too late in the season. it's kind of hurting you. That's always why I didn't really like the snow in March. I was done with it in February because it messed up my lacrosse season. It was just snowing during games.
And now we're not really worried about that, but even just we were talking about going for a run at Back Cove, you know, just outdoor
or playing
in general.
tennis on the outdoor tennis courts. I mean, there's just snow all over them.
We're ready for the outdoor activities.
So Mother Nature, if you're listening, we don't mind in March snow like right now, but anything past like
St. Patrick's Day is my cutoff.
17th,
I agree.
Nothing
I
past
totally
that.
agree.
All right.
Once you get to St. Patrick's Day, that's when I want to see those 50 and 60 degree days.
Keep that melting. Let's keep the melting going.
We don't want a late March or early April surprise
No, we do
at
not.
all. No.
Not like last year.
No.
Well, if you